Hello my dear students, in this video we are going to discuss about the formation of the methane molecule. So in methane molecule the carbon atom is sp3 hybridized. Okay, so taking this example of the formation of methane molecule, we are going to discuss about the sp3 hybridization. Okay, so molecular formula of methane is a CH4. That means it contains one carbon atom and four hydrogen atoms. Methane contains one carbon atom bonded to four hydrogen atoms. Okay, and formation of methane molecule is explained on the basis of valence bond theory. According to valence bond theory, the bonds will be formed by overlapping of the atomic orbitals or the hybrid orbitals of one atom with the atomic orbitals or hybrid orbitals of the another atom. Okay, this is how we are going to explain the formation of bond between carbon and hydrogen atoms in methane. Okay, so for understanding the formation of methane molecule, first of all we have to know the electronic configuration of the carbon atom in the ground state. That is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. This is the electronic configuration of carbon in the ground state, 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. Now if we represent these orbitals in the form of box, you can see the box here. This is 1s orbital with the 2 electrons. This is a 2s orbital with the 2 electrons. And these are the 2p orbitals. Now in the 2p orbitals, filling of electron takes place according to the Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity. So according to this rule, no pairing of electron will take place until each orbital gets one electron. So for that reason here we have one electron in 2p orbital and one electron in another 2p orbital. So there are two unpaired electrons. Okay, here there are two unpaired electrons in the ground state of the carbon atom. But when carbon is in the excited state, you can see the electronic configuration of the carbon atom. That is a 1s2, 2s1, 2p3. This is the electronic configuration of carbon in the excited state. Actually what happens is when carbon is in the excited state, so one electron from 2s orbital will absorb energy and jump to vacant 2p orbital. Okay, so when carbon is going to the excited state, one electron from 2s orbital will absorb energy and it is promoted to vacant 2p orbital. Okay, so when one electron is promoted here, one electron will remain in 2s. So for that reason it is a 2s1, because one electron is promoted to vacant 2p orbital, so one will remain here. So that is shown here, one electron in the 2s orbital, and after excitation this vacant 2p orbital will get one electron. So these are three unpaired electrons in the 2p subshell and one electron in the 2s orbital. So this is the electron configuration of the carbon in the excited state, that is a 1s2, 2s1, 2p3. So because of the presence of four unpaired electrons, the valency of carbon is 4. So it is said to be tetravalent. Carbon has four unpaired electrons, so that valency of carbon is 4 and it is said to be tetravalent. It is said to be tetravalent. Now we shall see how the bonds are formed, and before formation of bond, what is it? So before the formation of bond, the atomic orbitals will undergo hybridization before actually the bonds are formed between carbon and hydrogen. So this is a half-filled 2s orbital, that is a mixing with the three half-filled 2p orbitals. So the process of mixing up of the atomic orbitals of comparable energy to form the equal number of identical orbitals is known as the hybridization. So these are atomic orbitals, they undergo hybridization. That means that they mix with each other. Half-filled 2s orbital there is one half-filled 2s orbital and 3 half-filled 2p orbital. They mix with each other and form 4 new identical orbitals. So before mixing they will have different shape and energy, but after mixing whatever the new orbitals are formed, they will be identical in all respect. That is, with respect to shape and with respect to energy they will be same. So 4 new orbitals will be formed because 4 are mixing. So that is one half-filled 2s orbital and 3 half-filled 2p orbitals are mixing. So that is 1 plus 3. 4 new orbitals will be formed. Okay. So 1 plus 3, that is the 4 orbitals are mixing up with each other. So that results in formation of the 4 new orbitals, and these new orbitals are known as the hybrid orbitals or hybridized orbitals. They are identical, that means they have same shape and same energy, and each new hybrid orbital is called the sp3 hybrid orbital, and each of them contain one electron. Each of the sp3 hybrid orbital contain one electron, and this sp3 hybrid orbital is having 25% of s character and 75% of the p character. Okay, so percentage of s character in sp3 hybrid orbital is 25, and percentage of p character in the sp3 hybrid orbital is 75. So this is the percentage of the s and p orbitals in sp3 hybrid orbital. Now these 4 new hybrid orbitals, they are having same shape. Each of them are having same shape and same energy. So they are directed in space and oriented in 3-dimensional space at an angle of 109 degrees 28 minutes. They are oriented in 3-dimensional space at an angle of 109 degrees 28 minutes, and they are directed towards the corners of the tetrahedron. Okay, they are directed towards corners of the tetrahedron, and for this reason methane molecule has a tetrahedral shape. The shape of the methane molecule is a tetrahedral, and now these hybrid orbitals, they overlap with the s orbital of the 4 different hydrogen atoms. Okay, each of the hybrid orbital that overlap along the axis with the s orbital of the hydrogen atom, and that results in formation of the 4 bonds between carbon and hydrogen. Okay, each of these 4 hybrid orbital overlap along the axis with half-filled s orbital of the hydrogen atom, and that forms the 4 sp3s sigma bond. So the bond is sp3s, that means sp3 hybrid orbital of the carbon atom and s orbital of the hydrogen atom. So in this way 4 bonds are formed in methane, that is each bond is between carbon and hydrogen. 4 bonds are formed, and all of them are the sigma bonds because overlapping is taking place along the axis. Okay, overlapping is taking place along the axis. So shape of the methane molecule is a tetrahedral. I told you earlier, because of the orientation of the hybrid orbitals in space towards the corners of the tetrahedron, the shape of the methane molecule is a tetrahedral, and bond angle is a 109 degrees 28 minutes. This angle is known as the tetrahedral angle. The angle 109 degrees 28 minutes is known as the tetrahedral angle, and this is the shape of the methane molecule. You can see here at the center we have the nucleus of the carbon atom, and these are the 4 sp3 hybrid orbital. Each of them contain 1 electron, and this is the s orbital of 1 hydrogen atom overlapping with the sp3 hybrid orbital of the carbon atom. This is the s orbital of the 2nd hydrogen atom. That is also overlapping along the axis with the 2nd sp3 hybrid orbital of carbon. This is the s orbital of the 3rd hydrogen atom overlapping along the axis with the sp3 hybrid orbital of the carbon atom. Similarly, this is a 4th hydrogen atom overlapping along the axis with the sp3 hybrid orbital of the carbon atom. In this way, the orbitals are overlapping, and the bond between carbon and hydrogen are formed. So totally there are 4 bonds. Okay, and each one is a sp3 as a sigma bond, and this is a bond angle 109 degrees 28 minutes. Bond angle is 109 degrees 28 minutes. Okay, now based on this topic, here I have given some of the MCQ and also short and long answer questions. Now here are some important MCQ based on this topic. Question number 1. Shape of the methane molecule is, look at the options: A pyramidal, B tetrahedral, C trigonal planar, and D linear. So the correct answer for this is option B. There is a tetrahedral. You know that carbon atom in methane is a tetrahedral. Now question number 2. What is the hybridization of carbon in methane? Okay. And these are the options: A sp, B sp2, C sp3, and D sp2. So the correct option is the C option. That is answer is C option, that is sp3. Now look at the next question. Which of the following is called a tetrahedral angle? Okay. Option A 109 degrees 28 minutes, B 120 degrees, C 107 degrees, D 104.5 degrees. So the correct answer is option A. There is 109 degrees 28 minutes. In this way we can expect some important MCQ on this topic. Similarly, you have some other set of questions. Now here are some other important questions on this topic. Question number 1. What is the shape of methane molecule? So this may be asked for 1 mark. Then question number 2. What is the bond angle in methane molecule? That is 109 degrees 28 minutes. The shape of methane molecule is tetrahedral and bond angle is 109 degrees 28 minutes. What is the type of hybridization of carbon in methane molecule? That is sp3. sp3 is the hybridization of carbon atom. Similarly, right electronic configuration of carbon in the ground state. That is 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. Write the electronic configuration of carbon in the excited state. That is 1s2, 2s1, 2p3. Now which bond angle is called a tetrahedral angle? That is 109 degrees 28 minutes. All these questions will be for 1 mark. Now this is the long answer type of question. That is explain sp3 hybridization taking methane as example. Okay, so this is the long answer type of question. Here it may be asked for 3 marks or 4 marks or sometimes 5 marks. Okay, so this is the long answer. First you have to write the electronic configuration of carbon in the ground state and then in the excited state. Then you have to mention that they are undergoing hybridization, and then after that you have to explain about the overlapping and shape of the molecule and write the bond angle. Okay, so this is the long answer type of question. So these are some of the important questions that may be asked in the examination. So please remember these questions. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you have followed the formation of methane molecule, that is explained on the basis of valence bond theory. So please like this video, share and subscribe. Okay, and you can get the notification for other videos also. Thank you very much and wish you all the best.